Hey guys, welcome back to the 100% Beauty Podcast. I'm Ani, and today we are going to be getting into some realness. But first thing, before I get started with anything, how y'all been? It's been a little minute since I've seen you guys, or at least since we had to sit down and we really got to talk about the tea. Because, child, let me tell you, I had so much going on. First thing, I broke a nail this morning. Okay, so let's talk about this because I was knocked off my ass. And then as soon as I grabbed my pillow, you know how when you sleep in the middle of the night and you trying to get comfortable and then you gotta buff up it's almost like you gotta grab your pillow and kind of snuggle it close to you, and that's how you get comfortable. Well, that's what I was trying to do. And the worst part about it was this was 45 minutes before I had to get up for work. It was not a good look, okay? I felt it crack. I freaked out. I woke up and I was like, oh my God. And I knew it was coming because I was supposed to get them done last weekend, but I didn't because I had a whole lot going on, honestly. And I was just busy. So that's what I get for procrastinating. If you know me, you know that is the one thing that I kind of take forever to do is to go and get my nails repaired. I don't know why. It's always been something that, I guess took the longest to do. So that's kind of how it's been going. Other than that, y'all, it has been crazy out here. I've been watching the news, not as much, but, there's a lot going on with the whole Black Lives Matter. And, it's just really sad to see the world, competing against one another. I feel like everybody should get along and everybody should be equal because everybody's human. And, at the end of the day, we are a Black-owned business, so, I do support Black Lives Matter, but I also think that everybody's life should matter, and we really are, it's not smart, and it's stupid a little bit for all of us to be arguing over whose life is more important. We're all human beings. God made us all equal, and I think that we are all supposed to be seeing each other on the same level. Nobody's better than anybody else. So I just wanted to say my piece on that because, it's really important. But other than that, there hasn't really been too much other positive stuff going on in the world. I feel like everything is just negative. There's the corona. I don't know what America was thinking. It was almost like we just canceled the Rona and just moved on as if it was dismissed and it wasn't something that existed anymore. I'm like, what are we doing? We are opening up stores, banks, there's been, a whole lot of other stuff going on. Graduations, I think, is different because I do believe that people should have been able to walk across the stage. Come on. It would have been kind of left if we didn't let them do that. Come on. Do you imagine if that happened to you? And if it did, I'm sorry, but, So, besides all that stuff, it's just been kind of crazy in the world. So, I decided to bring some light to the world because I have watched this new film recently. And I've seen everybody talking about it, and I figured, why not? Let's kind of, discuss this because I don't know. What's her name? Barbara Bialokes or Bialoas, something like that. She is the director of the film that I have been hearing so much about. 365 days. Now, honestly, I don't know if it's called 365 DNI or 365 days. Now, I don't know what the DNI stands for. That's what it said on Netflix, but I don't know. But, okay, so I'm going to get into my honest opinion about this because I have a lot of mixed emotions. When I first finished the film, I was kind of like, what? This is how we're gonna end it? I don't want to spoil it for anybody. So spoiler alert, if you have not watched it and you want to watch it and you don't want to know what happened, don't watch the rest of this video. Pause it, go watch it, and then come back. Because I'm telling you, we're gonna give you the tea. Honestly, y'all, I thought the film was kind of crazy. It started out really wild. It was almost on some 50 Shades of Grey-ish, which I have never seen, but there's a lot of crazy scenes in there. They getting wild. And I'm like, whoa. And honestly, I'm a fan of Wattpad. I've read many stories on Wattpad, and there are a lot of experienced and unexperienced awesome writers on that app. Like, I'm not gonna bash Wattpad because it's honestly good for people who are like undercover and want to get their pieces out there. So I support that. It's just the person who wrote this film, I think maybe they should have like, or at least not even the person who wrote the book, but maybe the person who made the film should have at least given us a little more backstory. Because in the beginning, I was so confused on what was going on. Like, they're meeting up, talking about stuff with these two mafias, and then, you know, the guy who they're meeting with obviously has his son, and, you know, they're talking about trafficking children, which was really strange to me because I was like, why are we talking about trafficking children? Like, I don't know, stuff like that kind of disturbs me. So when we started talking about that, I was like, okay, whoa, is this gonna be one of those films that I'm kind of like, I don't want to watch it? But no, like, it slowly faded into more and more confusion. Like, we got to the point to where the dad and the son got shot. And I was like, whoa, okay, so the bullet went through the heart into the stomach. And I was like, you gotta really be on point with measuring. Like, if you gonna shoot somebody from a distance, you gotta be like, you gotta have that thing on point. Because in order for it to have gone through the dad's heart specifically and went straight through the son's torso, I was like, okay, you know, okay, I'm still gonna, you know, I'm gonna feel it out. And so after that, you know, it seems like we're at this conference room, and you know, after the son and them die, or well, so I thought the son died, the father died, but the son somehow reappears. Maybe he made a drastic recovery. I don't know. I'm not gonna doubt it. But then after that, it was kind of like he was in a conference room talking to some people, and I'm like, okay. And the whole time, I don't understand what they're talking about. He's talking about repaying them and giving them back money. And I'm like, what money? You know, like, what's going on? Who are these people? Who's the people on this side? There's some girl who looks like she's a spy agent and she's talking to somebody else. And I'm like, okay, are you in the service? Are you working undercover, secret agent? But no, this girl is just, turns out to be some girl who has a boyfriend. I don't know what job she works. They didn't specify, but she has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is obviously cheating on her. Sad story. And she gets kidnapped by this mafia boss dude. Now, this mafia boss dude, apparently, he was having dreams of this girl, like, for the past 3 years. And what took me out was the fact that she was really a person, and he claims he had been looking around the world for her. And I'm like, that's kind of stalkerish. I don't know how I would feel if a dude, like, came up to me and was just like, I've been thinking about you and seeing you in my dreams for 3 years. Like, that's weird. Like, tell me, like, from a guy's perspective, how would you feel if somebody came up to you and was just like, you know what, I've been thinking about you for 3 years, and I've seen you in my dreams, and you are my person. And you get to their house, and you see a picture of you on the wall. What are you doing?
I don't think I would have made it to the house.
You don't think you would have made it to the house? You'd been fighting? Well, he said, and then, you know, he kept doing this really creepy thing. He was, every time he ran into her, which was at the randomest times, like, I'm not kidding. I'd be like, how did you know that she was there? And, like, how did this happen? He would be like, you lost, baby girl. And I was like, this is giving me real creeper vibes. Like, don't talk to me and tell me you lost, baby girl. Like, first of all, I'm a grown-ass woman, so don't call me baby girl. But, like, I don't know. It was just really, like, cringy, you know? And towards, as we progress into the movie, it's kind of like things get better. I don't know, at first, it feels like the author kind of took my opinion and twisted it into what she wanted it to be by the end. Because it was like, it started out with cringe. I don't know how I feel about him, like, forcing her to fall in love with him for 365 days. Like, that's kind of hard to do. But, you know, somehow he did it. And, you know, I guess they had a weird way of showing each other that they cared about one another. It was really strange. I don't know, like, they were playing this tit for tat game where she was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep playing with you, and he was like, no, I'm gonna play with you more. And I was just like, y'all like each other, like, you know, just make it happen. But it just gave me mixed vibes, you know. And there were just parts of the movie that I felt like should have been there if somebody hadn't read the book. Because I know most of the time people be like, if you're not going to read the book, you shouldn't watch the movie because you miss out on more details. Kind of like how it was whenever I read the book The Help and I saw the movie. There were so many different points in the book that were not in the movie to help tie together certain things. So I can understand, reading the book. But I mean, I just didn't have the time to read it. And I just saw people talking about it. And every time I asked somebody, nobody had words to sum up how they felt about the movie. It was kind of like, girl, you gotta watch it, or girl, ooh, or just like, you need to watch it for yourself. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna watch it. I watched it, and honestly, I felt weird about it, but now I kind of liked it. Towards the end, I got really, I was gonna say pissed off, because I wanted her to, be able to come back and tell him, like, long story short, she got killed in the end. And I was pretty pissed off because I was like, dang, like, she's having a baby. Like, she was going to get married. She finally fell in love with the dude. Like, he turned it around. And she just dies? Like, what? I was kind of ticked off. I felt like they kind of cheated me out of the film, I felt like it was pointless. And, I don't know. I guess that was the author's way of making the story end the way she wanted it to. Not like it had to have a positive ending, but like, dang, like you just built the movie up all the way and it was like suspense, and then boom. So I'm just like, okay, I guess, you just kind of disappointed me. It's like the whole thing just went down from there. And I was like, damn. I don't know. Like, I just felt like the movie was good, but maybe there should have been a little more details in there to help tie together everything. Like, there was one part in the film, and granted, me and Zay were watching it together, and he got up to step out of the room for a second to go use the bathroom, and he came back like 2 seconds later and already missed like the very important part of the movie. And by the end, he was like, wait, I'm confused. Like, who killed her? Why did she get killed? And I was like, well, it was because of the lady and how she told him that or Massimo, is that his name? Yeah, Massimo. I don't know. His name was Massimo. That she was going to kill him. And I was like, wait a minute. And I found out that was his ex. And I was like, this is some strange stuff. Like, but I guess it had something to do with who he killed in the beginning of the movie for the guy who was messing with his girlfriend, which I think she knew what she was doing. Like, she was trying to make him jealous and it kind of backfired on her. And I was like, see, this is what happens when you be trying to, play tit for tat. I don't know. Some people it works for, some people it doesn't. So, I mean, I say all that to basically say that I like the film. Again, I just wish that, she would have put in a little more details so I could understand what was going on to help lead up to where we got. It just felt like the movie was, I don't mean to be, rated R, but sex, and then die. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, we're missing out on so many other things that ties together, like, the show. I don't know. Maybe I'll read the book and then we'll be able to recoup and come back to this and think about it. But I don't know. What were you guys' thoughts? Like, what was your initial thought when you started the film? Because I tried to watch a trailer. So, I mean, I tried to be biased, but I really couldn't be because even the trailers and the reactions, nobody gives a clear, like, description of how they felt coming out of it. Like, it's kind of hard to because you kind of feel like, I don't really know how to feel. Like, how did you feel about it? Like,
it's like a fantasy after fantasy after fantasy after fantasy after fantasy. So it's like you said, sex, with a plot involved into it.
Yeah, it was almost predictable though, right? Like,
it had some predictable.
Yeah, Zay was on it. Like, Zay was like, oh man, he's gonna sweep her off her feet, and boom, like, here he goes sweeping her off her feet. And so I'm like, I think it's good for a fantasy aspect. Like, if you're trying to watch it from the fantasy view, okay, it's cool. It's a good film. Almost reminds me of, like, what's that movie? Like Mike? Not Like Mike. Magic Mike. That's what it is. Magic Mike. Like, it's one of those things that you go see and you be like, oh my gosh, it's a hot film or whatever. And then after that, it's like, okay, now what? I felt like there was supposed to be a deeper meaning behind it. And I just wish Laura could have lived. and that she could have ended up like, you know, having his baby and they would got married. But not all movies end with a happy ending. So that's life's way of crushing you and letting you know that it is what it is, fam. And I was kind of heartbroken. Like, I was kind of mad. It was kind of disappointing to me, but that's kind of how I feel about the film. Let me think. What was the most shocking moment to me? The most shocking moment.
The fucking boat scene.
The boat scene? No, for me, what was so shocking about the boat scene? Maybe.
I think the boat scene was probably the most graphic. So I think shocking. It's just graphic. You didn't expect the movie to go there with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you, I wasn't expecting the movie to go the way that it went whenever he was with her or he locked her in the room with him. And, you know, I was like, whoa, I'm thinking this is going in a totally different direction. I'm like, I don't think that he should be doing this. You know, like, it doesn't seem consensual. And then because it's not consensual, he somehow has some girl come into the room and they have a relations and she's watching them have relations and I'm just looking like, this is weird. I was not expecting that. Like, I was just expecting it to go a completely different way and it did not. So I don't know, this film, just summing it up, it's just one of those things that you kind of watch and you talk about and then you kind of just move on. I don't know. Like, I would really like to hear what you guys think. If you have not seen it, you should watch it. It is a good movie. I'm not going to say that it was a bad one. Some good points, but others, you know, maybe they could have done to make it a little better. So my rating would probably be like a 7 out of 10. It was good, but, you know, there could have been things that they could have incorporated in there to make better. So I don't know. Well, yeah. So tell me what you guys think. Leave it down below in the comments. I kind of just want to talk about this because honestly, I just been seeing a lot of y'all talk about it and I just wanted to know what you think. Oh, PS side note, girls' outfits was bamming. Like, I was like, girl, your outfits are cute, her shoes, everything, even the blonde hair in the end. I was like, you better do that. You better do that. Like, she was cute. I'm not finna cap. So whoever the stylist was for this, brava. Okay? Brava. I must give you an applause. So just had to throw my little 2 cents in there. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Comment, share with all of your friends because, you know, I want to know what other people think. Like, I really want to get a perspective of what different types of people think. Like, tell me below in the comments. I love you guys so much. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button because we have way more fun and new videos coming to you guys soon. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, I don't know why I gave you guys a thumbs up. Bye.